Neil Pupco Studios in Oklahoma City. You're watching The Press Row. I'm Jenny Carlson here with Barry Trammell. We are brought to you by Papa John's Pizza. You can go online right now and order your pizza at papajohns.com. Time for We Pick 'em. We've got 5 pretty good games here, Barry. Let's get right to it with a Pac-12.
4 good games.
Okay. Well, okay, 4 good games, 1 interesting-ish game. All right, let's go with Arizona State at UCLA. Who you got?
I got the Bruins. I don't understand why Arizona State's favored in this game. This game's...
That's fighting words for our gal Gina Mizell. She's an Arizona State alum.
Both teams are about the same, and they're playing in the Rose Bowl. So UCLA's played very well. They lost a couple of tough games, but played Oregon about as tough as anybody besides Stanford. So I sort of like the makeup of this UCLA team more than I like the makeup of this Arizona State team. So I'm taking the Bruins.
Yeah, I'm going UCLA as well. I'm sort of the same way. When I saw Arizona State was favored in this game by the Vegas odds makers, I thought, well, that's interesting. But I'm going UCLA. I think at home, I think they've played really well. I don't see any reason to think that they can't win at home. But this should be a really good game. I think it's an evening game, which kind of is unfortunate for our folks around who are going to be focused in on Baylor at OSU. But this is going to be a heck of a ball game. DVR it if you can. All right, what about this game, Barry? Talk about another really good game. Texas A&M goes to LSU. Who you got?
I got the Aggies, I got to tell you. I mean, A&M lost to Bama and then got upset by Auburn, so A&M's sort of been under the radar. But Johnny Manziel's still in school, folks. Well, he's still on the roster. I don't know if he's going to class. Who knows? But let me tell you, the guy, for all the off-field shenanigans throughout the offseason, the guy's a heck of a football player. He's going to give LSU a total mess. They scored 42 on Bama, A&M did. I think A&M's going to ring up a 40-point spot on LSU, win the game.
Yeah, I've got A&M winning as well. And, I like LSU. I like what they've done this year. But, that A&M loss to Auburn at the time, you just thought, ugh, that's not very good. Turns out Auburn's really pretty good this season. So that loss doesn't look nearly as atrocious as it maybe did at the time, if it looked atrocious even then. But, yeah, Johnny Manziel, good luck, Les Miles. He is a handful. All right, this is our interesting game of the week. Maybe not great game, but interesting game. Kansas at Iowa State. The Jayhawks trying to get a winning streak going, Barry.
Well, it's very rare that, especially in the Big 12, Big 8 country, I'm not sure it's ever happened that we've had teams that played with combined 13 losses in conference. Iowa State's 0-7, Kansas 1-6. I like what Charlie Weiss is doing. He still has those guys playing. They upset West Virginia last week. He's actually played pretty. He had OU on the ropes for a good part of the first half. They played Oklahoma State reasonably well for that game, and they're in there fighting. Iowa State sort of giving up the ghost. Had OU 10-10 at halftime, and then just was a sieve in the second half. So I'm going to pick the Jayhawks to take a 2-game winning streak.
Yeah, I'm picking Kansas as well. And frankly, when I looked at the pick in the paper and I realized I'd really done it, I'd really picked Kansas. I'm not so sure. I think it's a good idea, at Iowa State especially. But Iowa State, if you just look at the numbers, they're just not a good football team this year. I think Paul Rhodes does a heck of a job. He's always seemed to have one big-time upset in his back pocket a year. Has not happened this year. They've won 1 game all year. Really a tough year in Ames. I'm like Barry. I think they've just kind of said, all right, we're done here. And Kansas has got to be feeling good after last week. First win in Big 12 play in a long time. Jayhawks with a win streak. Who'd have thought it? All right, OU goes to K-State, Barry. This would be a big game if we didn't have the really big game later in the day. But who you got in it?
First, a disclaimer. I have no idea what's going to happen in Manhattan. If I ace this game, if I pick it right, if I get the score exact, I'm not coming back and crowing next week because I'm claiming right now I have no idea what's going to happen. But I'm taking the Sooners 28-27, and here's what it's based on. I got to watch a good part of the K-State TCU game last Saturday. The Cats had been playing so well, but that defense, a little bit shaky. TCU's not very good on offense. TCU got 31 points on them. I think Trevor Knight can score as well. I think the OU is going to run for enough. I'm going to take the Sooners 28-27.
I'm going to go with the Wildcats. Last week was a little bit of an anomaly in this win streak that K-State's put together in the last month or so. But they lose Ty Zimmerman, and I think now given a chance to regroup a little bit, that defense will get its legs back under it. Obviously, if he's not able to go, and it doesn't sound like he is, that hurts them. But Kansas State, I think they just do not beat themselves. They really are a disciplined bunch, always are under Bill Snyder. I think Oklahoma is just prone to making a mistake here or there, and K-State, they're not. And to me, that turns the tide in K-State's favor. I'm like you, Barry. I really don't know because I don't know how Trevor Knight's going to play. I just think there are a lot of variables up in the air right now, but I'll go with the home team. I'll go with K-State. All right, lastly, it's the game of the week. Baylor at OSU. Who you got?
First, a disclaimer. I have no idea what's going to happen in Stillwater. Literally don't. I can see both teams winning close. I can see both teams winning comfortably. I'm picking OSU for this reason, though. Baylor has only played 2 road games all year. Played Tech on a neutral field. They've been to Manhattan, been to Lawrence. Lawrence doesn't count. At Manhattan, Baylor, 35-25 win over K-State. Good, solid win. But that's not the the unbeatable team, the team of the ages that we see in Waco. So Baylor on the road looks a little shaky. OSU's defense is playing very well. I think the Cowboys can at least slow down Baylor. Then it becomes up to Clint Shelf and the offense to find a way to score enough points to win. I'm taking the Cowboys 31-28.
I'm taking the Cowboys as well. Frankly, I thought that we would disagree on this just because it's a toss-up sort of game, but here we are saying we both think OSU is going to win. I think the Cowboys win in large part because of their defense, but I think it's even more than that. I think it's because they've got a defense and they've got special teams play that can score touchdowns. They've got a defense that if they get the ball in their hands, they're headed towards the end zone. They may not score, but they might. I mean, you might see another Justin Gilbert interception return for a touchdown, or a Caleb Levy interception return for a touchdown, a fumble recovery for a touchdown, a kickoff return. I think those sorts of plays are gonna be enough for OSU. But this is a fantastic game. I mean, I'm sort of like you. I could really see it going either way because I saw Robert Griffin III in there a couple years ago, and I thought, man, this is going to be a great game. He was playing second-string defensive guys by the second half because OSU blew them out so bad. I don't think that's going to happen this year, but I definitely could see a lot of different things happening. But I think OSU wins in the end and sort of turns the national championship picture on its ear a bit. Hey, be sure to stay with the best coverage team anywhere at newsok.com and every day in the Oklahoma.